7:44. Today marks exactly 9 weeks out from Election Day, and a new Gonzales poll is shedding light on where Marylanders stand when it comes to the presidential matchup, leadership, and direction of the country. Joining us this morning with those results, pollster Patrick Gonzales. Good morning, Patrick.
Good morning, Patrice.
All right, so there's a lot to cover here. You all did a lot with this poll. So let's start with one of the big questions. If the election were held today, who would Marylanders vote for?
If the election were held today, 56% of Marylanders would vote for Kamala Harris, 35% would vote for Donald Trump, with 9% undecided.
And along party lines, that breaks down pretty much how you would expect.
84% of Democrats vote for Vice President Harris. 80% of Republicans vote for Donald Trump. Now, one of the interesting findings in the poll, Patrice, was among independents in Maryland, who comprise about 20% of the electorate, Vice President Harris is up 38 to 36. So she's ahead, but it's much closer among independents today than she is going to want it to be on Election Day.
And you were saying, I mean, she's up, but she's pretty close to where she was polling when it was the Biden-Harris ticket. So that's not necessarily good.
In February, Patrice, we matched up President Biden with Donald Trump, and it was 53-32. A 21-point margin. Today, it's 56-35, that same 21-point margin. There has definitely been a bounce for Vice President Harris since February, but at this point, it seems to all have come from within her Democratic base.
Okay, so let's talk about that, the bump in approval ratings from February when you did polling until now. So at this point, Kamala Harris is polling where in terms of those who approve of what she's doing?
Her approval today is 55% approve, 37% disapprove. So that's a plus 18, which is much better than the 46 approve, 47 disapprove she had in February. So she has definitely come a long way since then. But when you really get down and look at it, fundamentally, that bounce has been almost wholly contained within her Democratic base support. For instance, today, independents are 44 approve, 44 disapprove. So,
what about for former President Trump? Where are his approval ratings for Marylanders?
In the toilet, like they usually are in Maryland. Today, 42% of Marylanders approve and 57% disapprove, 53% strongly disapproving. President Trump has never polled well in Maryland. He's not polling well today, and I don't fundamentally expect that to change.
Right. So when it comes to the overall direction of the country, how are Marylanders feeling about that? Do they like what they're seeing? Do they not like it? And why is that an important question, especially as we're heading toward the elections?
Well, today, Patrice, 50% of Marylanders say the country is moving in the right direction, and 45% say wrong direction. And that's much better than the 41% right direction, 53% wrong direction in February. But this is still Maryland. Maryland is one of the Democrats' top states in the country. And the reason it's important is because when you cross the direction of the country, people's attitude about that, with how they're going to vote, 93% of those that say the country's moving in the right direction are voting for the Harris-Walz ticket, while 70% of those who say the country's moving in the wrong direction are voting for the Trump-Vance ticket. There is a direct correlation, and that's why politicians and pundits across the country follow that number, because there is that direct correlation.
Absolutely. That's very interesting. All right, Patrick, we're going to wrap it up for now, but we're going to touch base with you again in our 8 o'clock hour. And then we'll talk about some local issues and about Governor Moore and how he's being perceived by Marylanders. So don't go far. We're going to talk to you again soon.
Look forward to it.
I'm Mary Bubala. Thank you for watching. Here's another video for you to watch. Also take some time to subscribe to our YouTube channel.